Hello YouTube and welcome to another video. Today we have some new photos and materials on the new Winx Club dolls and we have some new information on them, so let's have a look at that. Now, if you enjoy collecting fan merchandise and figures, for instance, then you might want to check out today's sponsor, Pandajama. Pandajama is an Estonian anime shop and they do sell figures, but also loads of other fun fan merchandise, so definitely check them out. And if you are shopping there, then make sure to use my creator code HAILDIA5 to get 5% off your order. And now let's have a look at some Winx dolls. So I'm gonna be looking at this Instagram account, Winx Forever Italia. We have looked at their posts before and I just think that they're a really solid place to get your Winx news. I'm gonna link them down below. Most of their posts are in Italian, but you can use the translation function and you get the general gist of what the post is about. And also their news seems really accurate and really good, so they're a good source and I use them, so make sure to follow them over on Instagram. But let's look at some of the doll posts that they have recently posted. Let's start from this one that's at the time of filming was done 3 days ago. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to edit this video, but let's have a look at this post first because we have some really good photos of the dolls. First off, we have a light up bloom, and what's even more amazing, we have prices. I have now translated this text using the Instagram translation function, but yeah, these are the first new stock images by Giochi Preziosi. I wonder if this is like a suggested retail price. They're gonna be sold in Europe and the UK. I love how the UK isn't considered Europe. Like, I know that they're not in European Union, but still. And the light up doll is here listed as 30 euros. Now, I would be very surprised if she was 30 euros when she came to Estonia, because our dolls tend to be on the more expensive side, but our Playmates dolls are actually pretty reasonably priced. Here you can see the prices of some of our Monster High dolls, which I think are much higher than they are in other places. Okay, there's some cosplay and things, other places in Europe. But if we go to look for like Ladybug, our Ladybug dolls are mostly by Playmates. I think all of them are by Playmates. Then the price range is actually in the 23 and to 24 euros. There's if you have a club card, it's cheaper, and if you don't, then you look at the more expensive one. I do think I have the club card. I need to double check, but anyways, here you can like get a rough idea of the prices, and yeah, the prices are in that price range, so it is possible that we would get the Winx dolls in this price range as well. I know that some people here are really angry about the price range, but considering how expensive dolls are here, I actually think that this is a good price range. I know, I'm a horrible trader, but no, I seriously think that this is an okay price range. If for here in Estonia. I know that dolls in the UK tend to be a lot cheaper. I have made several videos on this, and I feel like dolls in America have been cheaper as well. We'll see if there are any changes to that. Now, yeah, people are very upset about this. They couldn't even give them articulations with that price. I do think that for the light up, like, you pay for the gimmick. I feel like I paid more for my light up Believix Flora back in the day when I got her. Like, actually we can see when I got her. We can go to my channel and have a look, because I think this video is still up there. I think it was roughly 13 years ago. I think it's this video. Yeah. Okay, we can actually find out from this video how expensive she was.
And she's 44 euros, which is insane.
Yeah, so my okay, here I actually unbox her. This video is super old. I've been thinking about reacting to my older videos. Let me know if you want to do that, if you want to see me do that. I actually kind of want to do that. But this light up Winx Flora, which I still have, obviously, was 44 euros, and that's not counting for inflation. Yes, she is super well articulated and super pretty, but I actually think that the wings on this bloom look much more fragile, and I really like how the wings look. So I don't think 29.99 is a bad price for a doll. Like 14 years ago, I would pay 44 euros. I actually paid less because they also had a customer club thing. If I was willing to pay 44 euros for the light up Winx Flora, and yes, you can argue that she's better because she has articulation, and yes, like I do think that she is much better in that regard, but also everything has gotten so much more expensive in recent years. And like if her hair quality is good, if her other quality is good, I think I would be willing to pay that. I don't think she's too expensive. Here we have some comments. Winx deserved Monster High level dolls. I know that they would eat. Well, then they would have to be made by another company, I think. I think Playmates has never really made Monster High level dolls. I think that's a little bit harsh of me to say, but I feel like none of Playmates' recent stuff comes close to Monster High level, and we knew that Playmates was gonna be the company making the Winx dolls for a while already, so I don't think we could have hoped for Monster High level dolls. Like, I don't hate the Playmates dolls. I have been so tempted to get this new Shady Bug doll. I think they're nice, but like in terms of fashions, I don't think we were gonna get Monster High level fashions from Playmates. I'm sorry. And obviously there are 79 likes here, so people clearly agree with that sentiment. What are the replies? Oh, interesting. The fabric quality on these is objectively way stronger than Monster High. How would you know? How would you know? Because the dolls are not out. You haven't physically touched them. You can't tell just by looking at them what the fabric quality is gonna be like. I'm sorry. But yeah, they don't even have articulations with that price. And there's 78 likes here, so people are clearly mad about the fact that there aren't articulations, and I am too. And I think Bloom looks nice. I like the posing that they have done with Bloom. I think Bloom's face looks very nice. I have seen at least one other YouTuber say that Bloom looks really beautiful in all of the dolls, and I am inclined to agree. I think I have the most Bloom dolls, but here I would again want another Bloom doll. Like if we look at Flora, I'm sorry, she looks so bad. This is the other line that they're doing. This is the 28th line. This is like the standard fairy line. Also, apparently someone pointed out that her wings seem to be attached to her hands rather than her back, which I don't like personally at all. Wings in fairies grow out from their backs. There is this new Barbie fairy that I've also been looking at, and that's one of the reasons I haven't gotten her. The other is the lack of articulation. And yeah, I think I was sort of hoping that maybe they'll do hand articulations in the old fashioned Winx doll style where you couldn't see them, because I love invisible articulations. Also love how this box just says fairy. Hope that they do something more with that, honestly. So I was hoping that maybe there will be articulation and we just can't see it yet. Here it seems that there is no articulation in the knees or in the hands. It is really disappointing. Like it screams more to me with this Flora. It feels more disappointing with this Flora because her pose is just so awkward. Like the way they have posed her here, make her T-pose at that point. Like at least that would be funny. And I don't like her face. Like the placement of her eyes feels really awkward. She feels really emotionless. She looks better on the box photo, but this thing is just no. Who signed off on this? Like sometimes I think I'm a terrible graphic designer because I apply to work at places that require some graphic design experience, and then I look at stuff that big professional companies do, and I'm like, yeah, actually I'm good. I'm pretty good. Yeah, but I think Bloom looks great. I would definitely pay 30 euros for this Bloom if she lights up, and I think her pose is much more natural and she looks much better. This Flora just makes me sad. 27 euros. I wouldn't even pay 1 euros for these. Oh my god, people are overly dramatic, I would say. Like, they're not that bad. Like, personally, I wouldn't get Flora. If Flora ended up being the only one that was available in Estonia, for some reason, watch that happen now, then I might. But I think otherwise I would get Bloom, because Bloom just looks so much more natural. I think her bangs like frame her face better. Again, there's someone saying these prices are crazy, the dolls are worth 10 to 15 euros. The potential is huge, but the execution is poor. They could ask MGA to help with these dolls. They would be so beautiful. Bloom is definitely better than Flora. I do agree that Bloom is definitely better than Flora, but doll companies very rarely collaborate like that. They're not gonna ask MGA for help if MGA doesn't have the rights to this doll line. MGA is not going to do anything. They sold the rights to Playmates, so Playmates is going to do this. Here we have the Ciocchi Preziosi logo, and it seems that Ciocchi Preziosi is gonna distribute these in Europe, but they're still made by Playmates, even though I can't see a single Playmates logo here, but they should be made by Playmates. There are lots of people complaining about the price. The boxes look cheap too, and there's no accessories or anything. They look strange in a box that size with no other details in it. Disappointed but not too surprised. I wasn't much of the fan of the other leaks either. Hoping some of them will turn out a bit more okay. I'll still grab one in Italy though. I'm hoping the ball gown ones they leaked look more fashionable and Winx at least. And that brings us to the other post, which we have here, which has loads more dolls. This picture is very small, so you can't really see the details, but you can see that there is a ball gown line. You can see that there is some sort of like a street casual line, the fairy line. Another fairy line is this one, the one with more articulation and tinsel in their hair, I assume, and another like really casual line. And here we have a little bit more of a close-up. Bloom's hair looks much cheaper in this picture. Stella is slaying. Tekna is amazing. Tekna looks so good, and I honestly love Stella's face as well. Here we have a look at the ball gown. Stella, I think she looks so frightened. I talked about this in my other videos. I think because Playmates often doesn't draw like the eyelids, that they draw their eyes super open, they look so frightened, and I think you can see that with Stella here. She looks so frightened. I also think that they have overdressed her. There's too much fabric, which rarely happens in doll clothes. I think her outfit looks baggy. I think Bloom's dress looks much more better. They are really treating Bloom like the main character she is, huh? Because they're giving her like all the attention and the best styles. This is another picture. Oh, I guess this is a close-up of some of the earlier ones. Yeah, here you can see the same lines here. The quality isn't like super high, so it's hard to tell. It seems that the ball gown line is only gonna have 3 dolls. I'm not surprised. I like the detailing on Flora's dress. This Flora definitely looks better. I think the way her hair falls and her hair looks just nicer, and I like the detailing here. I like the fact that there is detailing. I'm not sure I actually like the detailing itself. I think she looks nicer. She looks a little sad, and Stella looks a little frightened. And I mean her expressions. Yeah, like but this is the way they have posed her, which is kind of on them. But also I would have to see that all in real life to take like my final thoughts, because here like the way she's standing, the way she's looking down, the way the shadows are falling on her face, she looks like she has lost all hope.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It does seem that maybe you can take the skirt off and it's like a double styled dress. I think if you can do that, then that would be cool, but also I don't think that's the case with the rest of them. Maybe it is. Maybe that's why the dress on Stella looks so bulky, that you can take some of the stuff off. I love the street style look that Bloom has going on here. Bloom definitely looks like the best one. I'm afraid that once they come out, I'm gonna buy another Bloom. I think Tekna looks really good. We haven't had any like close-ups of Tekna, but from like the little images of Tekna I have seen, I think Tekna looks really good. I would love to have more Aisha dolls because I only have one Aisha doll and I think that's kind of criminal. But I don't like the reboot design of Aisha. I like her classical design so much more. And like this particular doll, I don't love her. I think she has, like, again, the face looks so odd. Bloom's face looks so normal and like cute, and Stella's looks really cute as well. But the rest of them, they're kind of hit and miss, and I think it's fine that they're hit and miss. People always act like every single one of the dolls needs to be perfect, and it would be nice, but you don't have to get the entire line. You really don't. Get the ones that you like. You don't have to collect them all if you don't like them. There is no pressure. The sentence on the back of the box can't dictate you to actually do that. Reminding you that 2007, 2008 Enchantix dolls were actually really good. Yes, you're right. And they thought it was an upgrade with these cheap elastics. Did they though? Like they haven't said that these are better than the Enchantix dolls, surely. People are not happy, but I feel like people just also complain on the internet a lot. With Bloom having Tekna's Winx? Wait, really? Oh yeah! Yeah, they did, huh? Interesting. I guess they're interchangeable, and I think that's cool that they're showing that. I don't think they're gonna be as good as Mattel dolls, but I was never expecting that. I think Blooms do look really good. I like this Stella. I'm hoping I'll like some of the Floras. I'm hoping that they do at least one Aisha that I really like, but I don't like the new reboot Aisha design. I think she looks too much like Nerissa from Mermaid Magic. And she just doesn't feel like Aisha to me, and that's a problem with the reboot and not with the dolls. Let me know what you think of these dolls. Do you think they're too expensive? Do you think people are just needlessly complaining? Because I do think some of those look nice, and I think it's really important to remember when collecting dolls that you don't have to collect every single doll. I understand that there are doll collectors out there with really huge, giant collections, and that can make you feel like you need to buy every doll that is in the line, but you don't. You don't have to. Only get the ones you like. And if they only make Blooms look good, only get Blooms. And maybe they'll get the picture. You don't have to get every single doll in a line. People feel pressured by seeing doll collectors who have all the dolls, but you don't have to. Like, I've been a Winx fan for 20 years, and I think I'm a very serious Winx fan, and there isn't a single Winx line that I have all of the dolls out of. And I think that's fine. There are some I would like to have all of the dolls out of. Enchantix, Flutter Magic, there are some, but I'm not expecting to do that, and neither should you. Let me know how you feel about these dolls. Even if you think that they're too expensive and that I'm way too chill about the price point. But be nice, be respectful, and if you have enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more Winx content. I do Winx content very often. It's one of the main things on this channel, but I also do other doll content and cosplay and sometimes like convention content and Japanese fashion content. So if any of that interests you, please subscribe and check out some of my other videos, because I am really hoping to at one point reach YouTube partnership. And the thing I am missing, the only thing I am missing is some watch hours. So if you'd like to check out any of my other videos, please do. And I'll see you in another video.